What is going on, guys? BlackLusterPanda back here with a new video, a new series of videos, so get excited for that. We're calling it, this is a running title, bear with me, Panda Picks. Alright? Alright. So, episode 1 is going to be on Beaver Warrior. He is a normal type beast warrior earth monster with a whopping 1200 attack and a formidable 1500 defense. His vanilla text reads, what this creature lacks in size, it makes up for in defense when battling in the prairie. In the prairie. Alright guys, so here to talk to me about the wonderful, magnificent veteran of the game, Beaver Warrior, is my good friend, an expert in the current meta of the game, Matthew Meta.
Hello YouTube, my name is Matthew Meta, Yu-Gi-Oh! Authority and Meta Expert. Today's card that I'll be investigating is Beaver Warrior.
That's right.
This small mammal has made quite a splash in the meta since its introduction in 2002, and has been a staple in most championship decks. According to my stats, Beaver Warrior has been in 38% of tournament decks since its release. But what makes this small, furry mammal so playable? In order to know this, we must take a closer look at his synergies and counters.
Alright Matt, so it's the beginning of the game, I'm feeling really good. What's in my first hand? It's Beaver Warrior. I'm gonna play that sucker in attack mode. Now, let's go over the synergetic cards, the cards that really go well with Beaver Warrior to start.
Right, so an ideal opening hand would have Sogen, the field spell card, which would increase its attack and defense by 200 points, beefing up to a whopping 1400 attack and an incredible 1700 defense. But let's say your Sogen gets destroyed. You know what?
MST.
Yeah, MST. What are you going to do?
What am I
no
gonna
problem.
do?
We have a second Sogen.
Okay. Yes.
Beefing them back up to 1400 attack and 1700 defense.
Of course.
Let's say that's gone too. Let's say you don't even draw a Beaver Warrior. Let's say all 5 of them are in your deck.
What am I supposed to do? I don't have Beaver Warrior.
Another furry creature.
Oh dear.
Rescue Rabbit.
Alright, so now we're really getting into the meta, right Matthew?
Yeah, right. It's like I say, if it's not meta, it doesn't matter. So look, you have this Rescue Rabbit. Right, you have this Rescue Rabbit. You banish it, you get not 1, but 2 Beaver Warriors.
Oh my.
2 is better than 1.
I agree. 2 Beaver Warriors are better than 1.
Now you may be saying, I want to sack these. I want to sacrifice these for a bigger monster, but that's not a really good strategy.
What if I want to XYZ for, let's say, Utopia?
No, that's just not a good play.
I understand.
2 Beaver Warriors can block 2 attacks. If it's in defense mode, only about 5% of the cards ever made can get over Beaver Warrior.
This is true. 1500 is quite the number, and especially, let's say, if it was still beefed up by our friend Sogen over here, nothing is getting over that 1700.
Even if you have 2.
Understood.
Let's get to another one of my favorite synergies. Let's say you only have 1 Beaver Warrior. You sack him. You get out Zabor, the Thunder Monarch.
I see. Now, the Monarchs, I understand, are probably one of the top decks in the meta right now. Would you consider running a Beaver Warrior to our Monarch players out there?
I would say you're making a mistake if you're not running 3 Beaver Warriors in your Monarch deck.
Right.
He's just so reliable on the field, and the 1500 defense, if you play him turn 1, you've got to hope that he's going to stay alive. And you can rely on Beaver Warrior to stay alive for at least 1 turn.
No, this makes sense. He is an armor-plated beaver.
So, for the last synergy, it's going to be my favorite. Let's say you got a Beaver Warrior.
Right. This is ideal.
You also start with a face-down trap card,
Which is...
DNA Surgery.
Now, Matthew, we're getting into some pretty complex plays here. So for our folks back at home who might not know what DNA Surgery does, as the card reads, you select 1 type of monster, so that would be Beast Warrior in the case of Beaver Warrior. As long as this card remains on the field, all face-up monster cards will be treated as the type you selected. Now, Matthew, what are we going to select for Beaver Warrior? He is already a Beast Warrior.
Well, Beaver Warrior has always wanted to hold a wand. And in order to hold a wand, you have to be a spellcaster and cast some spells.
This makes
so
sense.
The 4-card play is Beaver Warrior, DNA Surgery,
Right.
and then you equip Book of Secret Arts.
Okay, so this is assuming that I am making Beaver Warrior now a spellcaster.
That's correct. That's correct. Living the dream. Then the 4th and final card, and the most important card in this play,
Yes.
One-Shot Wand. Again, equipped only to a spellcaster type monster.
Oh my.
Now he's got a book,
Mm-hmm.
he's got an ink pen,
Yes.
and he's got a wand.
There doesn't really seem to be much out there that can stop this.
No. Almost no cards in the game can get over Beaver Warrior.
So this is almost a win condition.
This is almost like a Yada lock.
Understood. This is incredible. Wow.
This is almost an auto win.
That is some incredible stuff, Matthew. Now, do you have any more compatible combinations that we can do with Beaver Warrior for folks that might be getting pretty excited about sticking this beaver up their decks?
Well, another one of the most popular cards in the meta right now, as everyone probably already knows, is Trent, the lovable tree.
Of course. He's been going way up in price, so you better pick one of these up as soon as possible.
I'm saying get both, because their synergy is just off the charts.
Right.
As you can see, Trent's drawback is that he is 5 stars, but just get rid of Beaver Warrior. He'll gladly take the blow for Trent. Now you have an 1800 defense monster on your field.
That is impeccable, to say the least.
Current of the game just completely swings in your favor when you make this play. People talk about tempo. This is a high tempo play.
All right, so we talked about some great combos to pull off with our friend Beaver Warrior here. Now, again, a lot of us are feeling pretty excited to start playing this card. It's, as we've learned, quite the formidable card. I don't think much of the meta is really going to stand a chance. What are your projections before we go into cards that it's maybe weak against?
Well,
in terms of its placement in the meta.
As people start to side against Beaver Warrior, once you see that he's in your opponent's deck, some cards I would include in your side deck. I would say Negate Attack is probably one of the most important cards you can have in your side deck to stop Beaver Warrior. It just really shuts him down for a turn, and really it's just a really high tempo play against Beaver Warrior.
Right, right. Again, with keeping up that tempo, if you just ruin that, I feel like this is what Beaver Warrior's real weakness is here.
Yeah. Another one I would say is Stop Defense. Beaver Warrior is, more than half the time going to be in defense mode. So stopping his defense is really just a strong counter against Beaver Warrior. Putting him in attack, he's still strong. He's still got his little sword there, but he's not 1500 strong, which is just, unlike anything we've ever seen.
Right. Like he's quite the warrior, but not up to those offensive standards that we'd like.
Now let's say you want to stop Beaver Warrior before he even gets on the field.
Okay.
Sometimes you're surprised by a Beaver Warrior, so that's why you're going to need the inexperienced spy. So this shot is sort of a shot in the dark. If people are running 3 Beaver Warriors, like I'm saying, odds are your opponent's going to draw one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pick one card in their hand, it's probably a Beaver Warrior. And now you're ready for it. Now you can, get your 4-card, 5-card combos ready to stop this beast on the field.
This makes complete sense. So again, for our folks back at home that might not know what the Inexperienced Spy does, it's quite a popular side deck card actually in today's meta. So as it reads, it says select and see 1 card in your opponent's hand. Now, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. You will now just be completely ready for this Beaver Warrior if it happens to be the 1 card that you pick, which is more than likely.
And even if you don't see a Beaver Warrior, that's information. That is, they do not have a Beaver Warrior in their hand, I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
I don't have to save 3 cards in order to get rid of this Beaver Warrior.
This makes sense. This is just like what my Uncle Joe used to tell me. That knowing is half the battle.
This spy may be inexperienced, but he's experienced enough where he can spot mammals. That's all we're going to say about that card. Now, another card I would side against Beaver Warrior would be Hypnotama. And this card... this card, I would say Hypnotama. This card is part of the killing your opponent before Beaver Warrior kills you strategy that I would like to employ whenever I face Beaver Warrior.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm facing Beaver Warrior, I just want to burn the opponent down before he can do any damage. There's no way I'm going to kill a Beaver Warrior, but maybe I can kill the owner. That's half the battle. It's like your uncle always said. Moving on.
Right, Matthew. Thank you.
Now, this card I would say is the #1 counter to Beaver Warrior, and I would suggest siding at least 2 of these to prey on these poor Beaver. And that is, of course, the $80 card, just came out in the new set, Skull Red Bird.
Now, I'm surprised that you had one on you, Matthew. This is quite the rare card. We really haven't seen them. Word on the street is they are short printed.
That's correct.
So what can you tell me about Skull Red Bird and its effectiveness against our good friend the Beaver Warrior?
Well, its effectiveness comes in its simplicity. The 1550 attack just gets over Beaver Warrior. That 50 extra is huge in the meta. You will be seeing Skull Red Birds bought just for Beaver Warrior. That's the reason Skull Red Bird's price is so high right now. Also, the 1200 defense. If you play Stop Attack on Skull Red Bird and put it to defense, Beaver Warrior still cannot get over Skull Red Bird.
I see.
So, in general, I just think Skull Red Bird is an effective counter. And since it is a winged beast, it has a height advantage.
This makes sense. As we know from the outside world, birds do like to prey on those on the ground.
That is true. That is true.
And unfortunately for our friend Beaver Warrior here, he's clearly grounded. Yeah. So, what comments? Comment what cards we should take a look at next. Check out its meta viability, all that excellent jazz.
We will do a full breakdown on the card, including strength, weaknesses, and place in the meta.
Most definitely. Alright, guys. Fuck. How do you do this?
What? How to send off?
I forgot how to send off.
Well, what's your usual send off?
I don't remember what my usual send off is.
shit.
It's been like a year.
Well, shit.
It's been like 2 years.
Well, shit.
Bye.